Type shit.
Type shit.
Yeah.
Type shit on God.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekend Recap. I'm your host, Leterre.
Wait, should you sit here? Because, like, you're like our guest.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's kind of cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's switch this over real quick. Yeah. And then Ryan and I can share the mic.
Speaker that's like kind of tight. Ow!
Sorry, like
Did you hear that? That zap? Did you feel that?
it's, you know,
It's your love is static, energizing. Anyways, welcome back, guys, to another episode. I'm your host, Leterre.
I'm also your host, Ryan.
I'm Noah.
Yes, this is Noah, good friend of ours. Anywho, so the only reason we haven't been consistent is because of Leterre. He actually got deported. He's back now, so we're gonna be more consistent.
Don't tell Ice.
Yeah, don't tell Ice. He's back in the country illegally. But anyways, hey man, get off of DMs, get off of Instagram. Let's focus up here.
I was looking for a reel to show these motherfuckers, but it's very inappropriate for the podcast, so I don't think we're gonna be doing that.
You have to sit so close to each other.
You know, I kind of like it, but people were complaining that we're kind of gay, so now we have to like,
What?
you know. Yeah, I don't know.
Should lean back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Is it
make
just
sure
kinda
you guys stay in.
Yeah.
I can see it from you. You're good. He's good. Yeah.
How does it work? Well, that goes up and down. Help me. Oh, it's like a car. It's kind of neat.
Okay, excuse me. Okay. Terry, you got any questions? I have like a couple written down.
Yeah, here we go, man. Let me show you this reel real quick.
Okay. Oh, I've seen that.
That's probably why I kept getting fucking raped.
Yeah, you sent me that. All right. Do you have any questions?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Guys, this is our friend Noah. Mr. Murdoch. Can you not? We have another person here. She's fucking annoying. Anyways, what would you like to talk about, man?
I'm just here for the vibes.
How was your night last night?
Here for the
'Cause we were
vibes, dude.
together. And this is
It
like,
was
we talk about our
It's
weekends
kinda movie,
first.
bro. You left me pretty quick.
What?
You left me pretty quick,
You were with your girlfriend.
which was great, but I didn't know you left.
Dude, I had to go with this kid because he got denied
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
place. Not because, like, he's not of age or anything. It's just, as I said, he's illegal.
She got deported from.
Nah, people are actually gonna start believing that shit. You gotta stop saying that.
He's not illegal. But he... Can you explain, like, your ID? Like, can you explain that?
Yeah, I got you. So basically, Utah's racist as fuck. If you're an immigrant, and depending like on your status, even if you're waiting for something, or like you're expected to get it or not, even if you're not here illegally, Utah gives you this thing called a privilege card, which is basically an ID. Like it's basically your driver's license, but it just says it's not valid as ID. That's literally it. That's the only difference between the two. It's just that text that says it's not valid as ID. And then some bars won't take it, which is really stupid. And I can't buy alcohol with it unless I bring like my fucking passport, which is whack.
Some places let you buy alcohol, and some places let you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Do you think it's because like if something happens with you inside the bar, like they want to know who you are and kind of like what happened, or like why do you think they won't let you in?
Well, they would know who I am. It's not like I'm not in the government system. Well, the real truth behind it is because they want more money from us. I mean, for example, you guys only have to renew your driver's license every 4 years, right? Yeah, so we have to renew ours every year. So it take 1,000 Americans and then take 1,000 immigrants. We have to pay 4 times as much than you guys do every time. Those $50, 4 times. Like you guys only pay that $50 once. We pay $200 in the span of 4 years. So times that by 1,000 people, that's $2,000 right there that they get from everybody.
That's what.
I'll marry you for your green card.
Thanks.
No, you was talking about Utah, but is that like?
I think
like,
it's
is
I think
it-
it's everywhere.
That's just all around U.S.
It's actually not everywhere. Like for example, in California, you can get a normal driver's license. Yeah, I know on the other state is probably just Indiana, if I remember right. They have like a weird law, but you get an actual driver's license. Like you can fly with it. I can't fly with mine. I can only fly with my passport, which is a little
Goodness.
wacky, a little wacky.
Yeah. Anyways, Noah, I remember when we were talking in our hot tub, we all got like super deep. How deep do you want to go with like personal experiences? Do you want to like give like your I want like your life story is very interesting. Actually, no, I want you to talk about first what you do in like with your dad.
Oh, this is fun. So, bless my father. He hardworking man. He started this company called Share My Health. They used to do like COVID testing and stuff during like all like 2019, 2020. But when that died down, because it's a health company outside of COVID, like we weren't really doing anything else at the time. I know he wanted to really like get into child malnutrition and mental health, which is kind of where he kicks stuff up on the offside. So he cool. So right now he's working with like and we chose this organization because it has the most outreach over the world. So we're working with the LDS Church, and because they have a lot of like the ward houses in these places and stuff, and
they have a lot of money.
Yeah.
That
too.
Yeah,
But honestly, it's crazy how stingy they've been, like with all of that. Like, yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's another story. But so we worked with them, and now we partnered with the LDS Church and like small companies like Rise and Rebuild, and just like companies that will mean nothing to you. But basically, we were working child malnutrition, mental health. We started in the Philippines. That's where my father served his LDS mission at the time, and he we went back there actually last March. So basically, what our company does, we created like an app, and it's a software system where when a child gets screened for malnourishment, it gets put down on a piece of paper called an EOPT. These EOPTs are put onto a desk for like up to a year when you're dealing with malnourished children.
They need it quick.
Like way too.
Yeah, it's way too.
It's way
They'll just
too long.
die, right?
Exactly. So we created a system where all of the like all of the tests and stuff, they get uploaded straight to like an interface where the parents can see it, teachers can see it, like doctors and stuff, and us, like people that are helping them. And it's obviously very secure when you're dealing with people's medical information, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't even get to look at any of that stuff. But I'm more of like a volunteer on the side. I don't really do too much of it with him. But we had the opportunity to go to the Philippines last March before we went out for sales, and then that was awesome. We were there for like 2 weeks. And we did a couple screenings, and it was basically just a test run to see if it worked well. And then it worked great. Actually, just about 3 days ago, it was finalized. Everything was paid for, and now I can look it up if we can get into it another time. But it's like we're in Zimbabwe, like a bunch of different places in Iraq, Nepal, Costa Rica. We're starting to
less
do, like,
fortunate places.
just starting to do all these things where like a lot of the children, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been like to those countries like that are just like way less fortunate, and it's really
I want to though. I want to be like in that. I want to be able to see it for myself, you know, because we all have it pretty fucking good here. And, like I want to, like, you came from fucking Brazil, like you had a tough time like there. Not like I don't think it was that bad, but like you weren't rich, you know.
It was definitely a 5 out of 10 experience.
Yeah. And I just like I want to be able to like that's why I just like want to travel. I want to see like all cultures and like what other people
it's
have
life
and don't
changing,
have.
dude.
Yeah,
I think of it as
yeah.
like think of how many people obviously are in the world, and think of all these people that will never ever get to meet Ryan. You know, and it's so cool that you get to
Sucks, man. Like I wish.
Thank fucking God.
But like you learn so much by traveling, and the cool part is like when you move somewhere or you go somewhere, even if it's by yourself, or say you go somewhere dope with your family, like you're gonna go do something cool at night, like whether it's with other people or by yourself, but you're meeting new people every
Yeah.
every second of the day. You've never met any of these people again, and like you'll probably never see them ever again. So you really get to make your own narrative and like be whatever you want to be. And
That's the thing, bro.
It's cool because you can just start over like that. And that's what's so like the big thing about being a Utah bubble and all that shit is like
That's why I loved being out of here.
it's fun, bro. Me and Ryan, we had the opportunity this last summer. We lived in California together, did some sales door to door. It was an adventure.
Yeah.
So,
But
we
it's
were
like,
able to
dude, that's why
escape for a bit.
that honestly explains like how I've been feeling. Like I feel like it's like everyone knows me here. It's a small city. Like I can't write my own narrative. Like I can't like just it's like being there, I was just like, all right, I'm going to meet a new person every single day. I know no one, and it's just like it's just more freeing. Like yeah. Going back.
So Philippines, we had the opportunity there 2 weeks. We we went to a farm called the Rise and Rebuild, and basically couple decades ago there was a big volcano in the Philippines that erupted, and like a whole island is just like covered in the ash from it. So this farm takes this ash and they have a brick making station where it's like 90% ash from the volcano and then 10% like concrete, and they make like these special interlocking bricks which they then sell, which then provides like the whole funding for the farm and everything. And this is a 16-hectare farm. Yeah, like hectares.
Yeah, what's that?
Look up exactly how many acres a hectare is. I'm not sure. I think it's around 8 acres.
Yeah, look it up.
Or it might be a lot more than that. It might be like 80. I don't know.
How do you even spell that?
Hectare.
H-E-C-T-I-R-E.
H-E-C-T-A-I-R-E. I think. I'm not sure. It was new to me in Philippines. I say it, but I
Yeah.
that's just what they said. I don't know really what.
2.4 acres
2.4 acres.
in a hectare.
How many are there? How many hectares?
I think it was a 16-hectare farm, which doesn't sound like a lot now that I think of it. That farm was huge. I'll show you pictures another time. But basically,
38.4 acres.
yeah.
Damn.
No, it was way bigger than that. That sounds small compared to like what it actually was.
That's what she said.
Anyways, so basically this farm we partnered with, and because when we go do malnourishment tests for these children,
Yeah.
like, okay, cool, you have an issue that you need to take care of. Where do you get the help and who funds it? So we partnered with this farm. They're providing all the food. Like that's half of what is the issue. The other half is things like deworming pills and things that we would never have to really worry about here, like malaria things, and just
That's weird because it's like that's just crazy to think about. It's like in that country, it's like that stuff's just like everywhere, and like here we have to like we don't even think about it.
we get shot up with a couple needles when we were younger, and we're good for the rest of our lives.
I mean, yeah, polio doesn't even exist in the United States anymore, but it's very much so still alive in third world countries.
Really?
Yeah, the people still have to deal with that. A lot of people actually don't even have the means to get vaccinated, especially in parts of Africa. And I feel like the Middle East has been evolving medically and technologically to the point where all of their people is able to get healthcare and, able to get the vaccines that they need. So
That's the thing. When you really look into it, you see how many other countries have free healthcare compared to how expensive it is here.
Brazil has free healthcare. Yeah, Brazil does. Mm-hmm.
So that gets wild in its own. And I don't know.
Well, I think the reason why, like we have to pay for healthcare here. I think. Well, we can all agree that United States is a capitalist country. Like people will find ways to make money, no matter what. United States will charge you for everything. You get hit by a bike and you have to you broke your leg and you have to go to a hospital and you call an ambulance. That's like $14,000, $10,000. Yeah.
So, real quick side note on this. My brother was showing me a video about this happened just 2 weeks ago. This kid that goes to school with my brother, he was climbing on top of a church and he slipped off the fence he was climbing up. And if you know LDS churches in Utah, they got them pointy ass, slit his neck open, from his ear down to, and it missed all his arteries. And, so this kid just had a fat gash in his neck. It was It was wild. But my brother's taking like an EMT course right now, so he's showing me all these like gory ass like videos and stuff. Like that. It gets crazy. Another one a week ago. This
Wait, what did that have to like relate to anything? That was just like a cool thing.
No. Oh yeah. Sorry. No. Here you go. So the point of that was instead of calling an ambulance because he didn't think his parents had insurance, and like the kid's not even worried about his life. Like this kid's worried about if his parents have.
Yeah.
This kid's worried about if his parents have insurance.
And he could have been dying.
He walked home and drove himself to the ER. From what I heard, I don't know like that to be for sure, but from what I heard, like.
Yeah, I mean that's the same. So I got fucking bit by a dog like 2 weeks ago. I was just working and I got bit by a fucking dog on my left thigh. But I had to call 911 so I can file a report so they can like pay for my medical shit. But they were like, "Oh, do you want to call an ambulance? Like, do you need medical to go there?" And I was like, "Fuck no!" Like,
no, I think you need an ambulance.
no, but yeah, here's the thing: they reassure you, asking if like you need it or not, which is like, I guess like you can look at it from both sides of the coin.
It's
like
they get commission on that shit or something.
No, yeah, I mean, I guess, but I also like to think about like, oh, maybe they're just like they're doing their job to make sure that like if you need it, you need it, or like, you know, maybe they do get commission on that. But that's crazy about like the neck slit thing. A few weeks back or months, I can't quite remember. There was a hockey player.
I saw this.
Yeah, the
Adam
hockey
Johnson.
player. It was crazy. He got roundhouse kicked to the neck, and like the skates slit his neck wide open, and he died.
He is on Twitter if you want to watch it.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. I saw that shit.
That's right.
I was just like, oh my god. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, like I be seeing a lot of worse stuff, but I was just like, oh shit. And that's like, honestly though, like, you know, like let's say I was like a famous soccer player, right? It was like I would rather die playing soccer than like dying of like old age or like some illness, because it's like you're doing something that you love, right? Or like let's say
if you're young enough to play soccer like that and get killed playing soccer, you got a whole life ahead of you.
True, but if I were to like really like, I don't see it as like that terrible, because it's like, you know, they died doing something they love. It's horrific, but I don't see it as like they were still doing something they loved, you know? Like, at least there's like it's not just like, oh, like they got hit by a car or some shit, you know?
I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, football players, they kill themselves slowly every single game. You know, their brains are constantly just getting destroyed.
Getting pounded.
Yeah. But stepping into the money stuff, topic that we were talking about, you mentioned that the LDS Church, you guys work very close with them. Is that right?
Yes.
So what is it exactly that you and the church like do together?
So, the church, none of what we do is religious,
Right.
to an extent. I mean, obviously we're doing these like not mental health, like physical health screenings out of like the ward house and stuff, just because like
Right.
it's a safe place. When you're going to Philippines and Thailand, you're not in the nicest areas. The church is somewhere that's fenced. It's something that like a lot of kids are in at one time, and
Right.
it's just something that everyone knows is safe. In
Right.
Utah, there's a lot of like, because we're so exposed to the LDS religion around here, a lot of
Mhm.
people don't like it just because there's like they whether they feel like they know a lot about it or they do know a lot about it, they're just so exposed to it that
Right.
they're like they can actually have an opinion about it.
Right.
These people in the Philippines, they don't really know anything about the church except for the fact that we are like nice people, like, and that like we're safe. Like, just Mormons are
Yeah.
typically like kind people, you know. So
Which is true.
You
it's
know what
true
I'm
to-
like. You know what I'm getting at.
It's true to a
So,
certain extent, I'd say.
Yeah, I
Like,
would say. So.
I definitely would say that when I had missionaries come over in Brazil, which I've had, they were really nice. They were the nicest people. Like, I definitely feel like they are the ones that are on the mission, and they're in different countries and stuff like that. They're not there to like
Yeah.
cause any harm.
Obviously, there's decisions there that I probably wouldn't make myself, but to each their own. So, anyways, with the church, it's not really anything religious. You go,
Right.
like, the kids show up, we take a circumference of their arm, and then they
Right.
stand on a scale. If they feel like if they're malnourished, some of them will go into blood testing and see if they have like worms or something, because worms are eating at their innards. There's a reason they're so skinny, not only because they don't get enough food, but because there's
Right.
stuff in there, you know. So
The worms are eating the food that they eat.
literally,
It's the protein. That's what they feed off. That's why they're not able to build any muscle.
yeah.
It's just crazy. But yeah, the reason why I asked that is so, like a little backstory. So I grew up LDS. I did. I was born into the church and I was baptized and everything. But I made a decision to stop going to church when I was 17, which my parents like fully supported. But there's a few topics I want to go into here as I'm like telling you this story. The first one is the judgment that comes from the LDS community if you don't follow exactly what they tell you to do. One of the big things is the mission. A lot of people don't know this, but you actually have to pay to go on your mission.
How much?
It's like 10 grand.
It's like
at
10
least.
grand. And the truth is,
Sometimes the church, if you really genuinely need it, they'll help you out.
yeah, and the church will do that, but a lot of people don't know you have to pay to go on the mission.
You'll be saving up for like
Yeah.
their whole first 18 years of their
Mhm.
life just to go on their mission.
Yeah, which is like, yeah, well, it goes into, okay, like if we're being completely fair, when they pay for their mission, they pay for like housing and food.
Flights, food.
Yeah, the flights,
It's
food,
just
and
living
everything.
on your own in a different country. You're just paying yourself.
Yeah, you're basically just working. You're doing community service for 2 years that you paid
Yeah.
to do.
It's not like you have to pay the church to be allowed to go on a mission. I pressed a button. Is that still working?
Yeah, you're
Cool.
Yeah, so I one of the things I didn't like was just the judgment that came from the community. A lot of people saw me differently, just because I chose, which is my life, not their goddamn life. Like, what does it matter if I go? You know, I didn't go on a mission. I thought, I personally think that having a personal connection to God rather than going to a religious commute is so much better than, because if you think about it, I personally think that religion was built by men, but God wasn't. And that's something like, that's a connection you can have. Like all these like churches, like you ever heard of like the McDonald's theory? Like you go to like, there's a McDonald's every like 4 blocks or something like that. Like there's always a McDonald's somewhere. Like anywhere you go, there's always going to be a McDonald's. That's LDS churches in Utah.
100%.
Yeah. Anywhere you go, there's a church. And it's crazy to think about. Like,
I have 4 churches just in my neighborhood, like within 10 minutes of my
I know 3 churches just in like within 3 block radius of my house, which is crazy to think about. Because let's say
I want people to be as happy as possible and like, you know, do what's good for them, but that shit is a cult. And that's it. Hands down, it's a fucking cult.
well, I don't think it's a cult. I wouldn't exactly say it like that. I would say that it's almost like, I'm trying to find like an example, but basically, let's just say, how much do you think those churches cost to be built? Like $100K?
like an actual church building.
Yeah, like
More,
the
for
smallest
sure.
one. The
Well,
smallest
here's the
one.
thing. How much do you think just those organ pipes are alone? It's probably at least $100K, dude. Look at them pipes.
They probably have
Look
to get
at
it
the
like
pipes.
they probably have to get it like custom made.
Like the organ.
Yeah.
I was so confused. Like organs? I was like, pipes for organs?
No. Yeah, okay, let's just say like $300K for one church, right?
More. I'd say touching mil.
A mil?
They have baptismal fonts. They got like
Your basketball
the organ,
courts,
the
like the
basketball
parking
courts.
lots.
Some of them have stages.
All right, let's say $700K. How about that? 700. Do you think the smallest?
I think
That-
average is like 500.
Okay, we'll say between
like,
5 and 7.
It's actually,
Full
not,
bar-
and if you
full
really
bar.
think about it, like homes around here, like in my neighborhood, they don't cost a lot to be built. Like max 200, 300K.
But you already know that the LDS Church is getting them bulk discounts on
Oh,
like
yeah. No,
every
yeah.
building.
Especially by the government.
You know that little flower couch in every LDS church? Those Mormon people know what I'm talking about right now. Like that flower couch that's in every
Or
damn
that carpet,
church building.
Like that little
Yeah,
like
the purple.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
it's just well, here's the thing. There is this thing that I was reading about this and I actually also saw it on, I don't know if you guys ever seen Midnight Mass. the people who made like Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, Fall of House Usher, they made a TV show about like quote unquote like vampires, but wait, how much does it cost for what?
Oh, that's the temple.
Oh, that's a temple.
Okay. Yeah,
69
no,
million
the
for a temple?
temples, because they're all made out of like quartz and granite and
Yeah.
stuff.
Search up how many temples are in the world right now.
Well, real quick, look up. Then look
Is
up
it-
how much it costs. Look how much it costs to build a church, like a ward house.
282 temples. Let's put it like on average 50 million to build each one of those. Minimum
Yeah.
60 million to build each one of those. Here's the thing. We all know where
Look up how much it for a ward house.
I think that any church is actually just a business. Think about this. They sell your product. The product that they're selling, what is it? Salvation. A path. Like
They're selling you comfort too.
they're selling you they're selling you the unknown. No one knows what happens after you die. What do you go to church for? You literally go to church so you can prepare yourself to the day you die. That is borderline. Break it down to its roots. It's literally that. They're like, oh, but we teach you how to be a better person. Why? Why do you need me to be more Christ-like? Oh, because if you're not, you won't get into heaven. Oh, okay. So the ultimate goal is so, I'm paying you to basically give me like a guideline or like what to do in order for me to go into heaven.
Yeah. A lot of it is being able to help other people get into it too. I think is what they like.
Well, yeah,
Basically,
I definitely would say it's like
I don't know.
it's like a hive mind.
Here's my thing. I grew up 16 years in the LDS Church. I wouldn't like consider myself like abandoned and left the church. I didn't really have like a big outfalling with it. It was more just like I didn't want to continue to surround myself with the people that like judge me for the decisions I wanted to make.
True.
Like I think it's just, I'll say it. Like I just think it's important to have your own relationship with God.
That's
And
true,
like
yeah.
that's really all it is. And
No, I agree
like
with
there's
that.
not much to talk about there. Well, there is, but it's like
I'm not a religious person like whatsoever.
That's
but,
okay.
like definitely whatever your quote unquote God is,
yeah,
just I think it's like just be a good person, be
Yeah.
morally correct.
that's the
you
thing.
know,
It's
like,
just being like there
Yeah.
for others, being able to push other people to be better.
Yeah.
$100 per square foot of ward house, but they get 20% off everything.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So-
$100 per square foot.
500 square foot building.
500 square feet. No, those buildings are easily, I'd say about 10 to 15,000 square feet.
10 to 15,000.
Well,
Well, here's the thing. Here, this is gonna be like super controversial, but I might have it wrong, so I need you to probably like research the date on this in a second. But to begin, I like to say that I personally think, and I think a lot of people would agree with me when I say this, but people in the LDS Church are some of the most judgmental people you will ever meet. They, like, you go to any other church and they are so open-minded. They don't care if you're gay. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Christians are fucking awesome, bro. Like they're homies. But like,
you mean like
LDS.
Catholics? 'Cause
LDS
Mormons
is
are
a-
Christians too.
yeah.
but it's like a different.
It's
like,
different, but it's
Christians,
a Christian
Christians are
religion.
more fun. Like they have their like But then there's like Mormons are like the Mormons. Nah, they suck, bro.
No, and
I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah, no, it's true, and I think they're the most judgmental people. Like, let's say like you're in like a group of like friends.
every kid in fucking high school, bro, that was like super Mormon, like they were in a clique and they fucking shit on everyone else.
I know
And
some
look at them
damn
now.
good
Look at
people
them now.
that are
They're
super
just like
Mormon,
us.
Yeah.
though. I know some damn good people that are Mormon. They're like my parents. I would consider that super Mormon people. And obviously, I don't do like the things I would around you guys, around my grandparents. Just out of respect, not because I'm two-faced and don't want to be myself. But my grandparents, they're great people. And
Yeah, no,
So,
it's not like
it's-
everyone is.
yeah, no, I'm.
But I
I'm
think
not
that
trying to get at
majority
that, but-
are though.
Yeah.
I would say majority are.
We're generalizing. Is that
I agree. The majority have the bad judgmental trait of why I left the church.
But they're also hypocrites. I'd say they're also
Left in
hypocrites.
quotations.
Like, for example, like, and this is where it's gonna get like really like controversial. And then Nicole, I need you to Google this for me, in a second. But, one big thing about any church, really, any church, but I'm talking about the LDS Church here, is that God loves everybody, right? I mean, He died for our sins. I mean, not God, sorry, Jesus. But God loves everybody. Jesus also loves everyone, right? You can agree with me on that? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Then why weren't black people allowed in the LDS Church until like the 1960s? Black people were not allowed to have the priesthood. Some churches did not allow them to go in until like the 1960s, 1950s, which is crazy. Because why would a God not like you because of the color of your skin? Why would a God who created you not want you in His church because of the color of your
Nicole
skin?
said she knew why.
If you've never been to seminary, they go over this like a lot.
Did they really?
Yeah. This has been talked
Come here.
about a lot.
Yeah, go over there. Actually, answer this.
Okay, well, I don't know why personally, but this is why like my seminary
Put it close to your mouth.
my seminary teacher that I so thankfully graduated from said that it's for the rest of the US and culture was still very anti-black, and it was a waiting period for the church so that the church wouldn't get repercussions from it.
Why does the church care? They're there to like save people and make sure that you're welcome to God's kingdom. Like, why
They
does
want
that?
people to keep paying tithing.
True. There it is. It's a business. It's literally a
It is
business.
bro. Dude, they have like billions of dollars just stashed away.
What they use with that?
Well, okay.
They be trafficking children and
Okay.
No. Hold on. No. Okay.
You can track
I-
every
I-
single dollar they spend.
I've been.
What do they do with it?
They're the first to respond to
Wait. Come
any
here.
world-
Come here.
They're the first to respond before first aid to any world disaster anywhere. They build those houses. They have the fucking farms for food for people that they give free food out to them. There's like those communities they build, churches, temples, ward houses. They pay for people's tuition, missions, their housing. A lot of they do a shit ton with it, and you can track it all.
that's good.
Yeah. No. It's true. We've been only talking about like the bad things here,
They're still a cult.
but
They do a lot of
not
good
a cult,
money.
but they do a lot of good things. I mean, I personally I know I kind of been shitting on the church, but I personally my family's been helped when we got here from Brazil, which is really I guess it's terrible for me to be talking crap on them, but I am forever grateful for them helping us. I know they help people. But I think the people that are more grateful for that are the people that are outside of this country.
Besides religious parts, you look into what these people in the LDS Church, you look how strong of a community they are. Everyone in my neighborhood knows each other. When someone's sick, I've never seen so many damn casseroles whipped up so fast. These people, they're chucking out these casseroles for sick
It's true.
people,
It's definitely a big community.
And, just the way it comes together, besides the religious factor, there's nothing really I've seen else like it. Because it's one of those things where it's if you're Mormon, you're one of us, kind of, not us, but
You're one of us,
It's oh, I've gone to places growing up when I was a part of the church, and they were oh, you're Mormon, cool, and they just would immediately it would either be start treating you in a good way or start treating you in a bad way. It's
Yeah.
okay, cool, this person's Mormon, he's gonna be a super nice kid,
Yeah.
he's gonna do this and that,
You suck.
But then there's those people that are oh, you're Mormon.
Yeah, no, literally.
And those are typically the people that are in Utah. And that's why I think Utah is so hard, is because it's not necessarily for the Mormons because they're being judged by all the other people, but
I don't like the church as like an organization, because like all the good things Nicole said about it, I know there's a lot of bad, because every organization has a shit ton of money. Same with people, they're corrupt.
There's corruption everywhere.
There's corruption.
It's
But also, I never judge someone on like their faith, because that's just what they believe in, unless like they're doing harm on people. But like majority of Mormons, they're cool. But they don't align with like what I do with my life, but it's still cool, and it's their freedom to do whatever they want.
But yeah, wrapping that up. I mean, going into a little bit of charity here. I'm sure you guys heard that Mr. Beast, he like put all these wells in Africa and like fed and gave bikes and food to like a bunch of villages in Africa, right? Which is like an amazing thing, right?
But aren't people like shitting on him?
Yeah, not everyone, but a lot of people are really mad at him. They're like, "Oh, this is just for publicity. Like, this is just a PR stunt. Like, he's just trying to like make money off of this. He's just trying to, one Twitter comment was literally talking about how it's like, you ever see those people like go and feed the homeless and like record them doing it? That's the same energy. But here's the thing. My take on it. First of all, one, if he didn't record, if he didn't make his videos, if he didn't monetize, how would he make the money so he's able to like feed these children, give them bikes, give them wells and fresh water in villages that had none?
I also think it would be like that's very true. But I also think like it would be like such a publicity stunt. If it was actually a publicity stunt, I don't think it is. I think he's just a good person and he's just doing it to help people out. But I think he would have done something like that way sooner, like giving food to the homeless and like doing shit like that way sooner than now. Like he's just doing it now because he can do it, you know?
He's been doing shit like that for a while, but not to this extent.
Yeah.
But
this was big.
Were you?
No, go ahead.
So I think I think of it this way, like Mr. Beast, obviously, whether he has a lot of money or just a lot of great sponsors, there's so many other people in this world that could have done that so many sooner. It's like, how many wells did you build? You know?
True.
And like, how many billionaires that have more money than obviously Mr. Beast does?
Yeah.
They ain't doing shit.
How many did
bro.
Mark
You've never
Zuckerberg
heard
do?
anything about-
How many villages Jeff Bezos help? How many did Elon Musk help? Look, I maybe I'm wrong here, like, because I don't know if they have or not. But from where I stand right now, with the knowledge I have of them, I don't know anything about them actually do anything like that. So, and I what I'm trying to understand is, like, we can all agree that we can all agree that our parents before had told us, oh, I don't want to eat this, I'm gonna throw it away. Oh, think about the people, like the children in Africa. I'm sure like you've gotten that before as a kid, right? We can, think of the less fortunate. We can all agree that if one of us stood up right now and we're like, hey, I'm gonna go to Africa and give them like water and food and like bikes, a bunch of people would be like, yeah, let's go. Like, that's a cool thing to do. Everyone agreed it's a good thing. But like when somebody actually goes and does it, like, why? I'm trying to understand why people think that's such a bad thing. Like,
because I don't know. I mean, it's just like a point of view. Like, some people are like, oh, like he's gonna go do it just because, he wants to get like the attention and whatever. There's a lot of people who like don't film it, but he needs to film it because that's his business, and it's to enable for him to keep doing things like that. He needs to make money. He needs to keep.
Here's my thing, because I think he comes from a place of like, and what I was gonna say earlier about like these service trips that I've been so fortunate to be able to be a part of. It's like that's where those memories have been burned into my brain the most, and where I just feel like I've made the fondest memories in life is just being able to help people like that. And I think that's a lot of maybe his same intentions, where he like gets a lot of joy from helping people like that. And hold on, no.
well, I'd say that
Distracted me.
well, one of the things I'd say is, like, for example, how by you telling us right now, right? I'm sure, I don't know if you guys recorded any of your like trips or anything like that. Like, if you guys made like quote unquote vlogs for the company or whatever. I think that
Nothing.
even if you do or you don't, by word of mouth or video is a way of spreading awareness. Like, let's say, for example, you guys ever heard of the movie called Sound of Freedom?
Yes. Great movie.
Really good.
I never saw it, bro.
It was really good. It was really good. I loved it. Here's the thing. What if we didn't make a movie about that to spread awareness about that? You could put that into the same perspective as Mr. Beast. Like, I mean the scale is not like as, you know, it's two sides of the coin, but you can like definitely put that into perspective. Like, what he's doing is spreading awareness. Like, his followers, like the even like the younger generation that watches him will watch and grow up with this like idea embedded in their head that they should help the less fortunate, that, you know, even if they record it or not, that they should, like, by small acts of gestures until they make a big one, help other people, you know. And it's good that like Mr. Beast, like, because if you think about it, he's like the only one, at least to this scale, that has been like making videos like that. Like lately, all of his videos, like his big ones, have been just philanthropy.
I believe so.
Is that how you say it? Like philanthropy videos. Philanthropy. Anyways, y'all get the gist of it. But yeah, like all of his videos have been that, like him giving back, like his wealth. Like he's even talked about it before. He's like, like if he dies or whatever, like he just pick like a random like person in the world and give all his money to. Like when you die, like what are you gonna do like with all your money, all your prize? You know, at least right now he's making a legacy and a good one. Like he's helping people, like those children that got bikes and water and foods, like their parents, they're so grateful and they'll forever remember him. You know what I mean?
They're just happy now.
Yeah.
Like,
And
of course, their life isn't fucking drastically like 10 times better, but it's like they got help type shit.
Yeah, and it's like and it's like the people that are like hating on them are people that are like sitting back on their computers with their heaters.
You fucking suck, Mr. Beast. Like, you don't do you just do it for publicity. And it's like they sit on their fucking computers all day and fucking complain about shit, and they just suck.
Yeah, those kids that are like that got blessed by Mr. Beast now, dude, you go and talk to them, they don't know what Fortnite is. They don't know what like Twitch is. They don't know what Instagram is. Like they don't. And yet the people that sit back and complain are the people that have lived comfortable lives their entire lives. They have water, they have food. They if they want to go grab something to eat, you know, they can work jobs. They have everything. Everything. And it's so crazy to think that like the people like that have everything are the people that complain the most. Like it's crazy. Like the people that have nothing are the people who are happier because they have like they don't have a lot to like, which is sad to say. Like they're more focused on like the little things that make them happy, not the big things.
In the Philippines, I because we're working at the church, we went to church one of the Sundays, and we met some of the like people that were helping us do like a bunch of the malnourished testing. There was this one little boy, and he walked 2 miles barefoot by himself to church every Sunday. We went back to his house. These people eat spaghetti for dinner because they have tomatoes and pasta. That's like what they have for dinner. They put like some wiener dogs in it, and I forget what it's called. It's actually pretty good. So these people had us over for dinner. I go up to this boy's room to change. There's a towel on the floor and a stuffed animal as his pillow. This is the happiest kid you'd ever meet. And being in the Philippines, we're not going to all these touristy spots and all the beaches and all the good parts you see of Philippines. Like we're going to farms that feed people who don't like. These kids are like 50 pounds when they're supposed to be like 80, and like that's a big difference in that point. These kids, they've never seen, like, we went to a village, they've never seen white people before.
Yeah.
Like they're coming up and touching me like I just like
you're an
arose
alien
from the dead.
Yeah.
Like
That's crazy. Okay, we've been pretty deep for like 45 minutes now.
just talked about the church too long.
We did. But it's not a bad thing.
I think it definitely
I get on like lighthearted topics, like funny topics. I know you're probably stressing. Do you want to go take care of it?
I ain't worried, bro.
Okay.
We ball.
Nicole, hop in.
No, real quick. No. We have to. No, we'd have to do some funny shit for this, and then we'll stop. We'll charge shit. We'll take care of. We'll say goodbye to you because I know you need to leave, and then get you on. But what is the weirdest movie you've done a sexual act to?
Oh, bro. What was it? Shit, bro.
My jacket just fell off.
It was like Jumanji or some shit.
Jumanji.
Like, but that's not even a good one. No, there's been something better, bro. Like, I don't know. Instead of that question, how about what would be? Because I don't really remember. I can't answer that question well. What would be the weirdest movie to have sexual intercourse to?
Well, I know mine was Shrek.
Donkey.
I know what I was thinking, bro. Donkey. Fucking clapping cheeks.
That's what they call them.
All right, you got like. What?
Next.
All right, man.
I thought that was.
Get some funny shit going. That shit was way too serious for 45 minutes.
I know. It's just
The whole time I was thinking about clips.
about clips. Like, how you gonna make?
How to edit it.
Yeah, but I think people
So it's good.
like
It's good.
deep shit. You know, I think it's good that we have a serious episode. You know what I mean?
About, like, certain things we were saying. I was like, okay, I can turn that into
You could do
something.
like the
Mic to mouth.
LDS with casseroles.
Mike,
The casseroles.
the casser.
That shit.
That's crazy.
Should we end it here or should we do some like funny stuff? Like,
I think
10
we could
minutes.
end it here. I think with Nicole it'll be pretty fucking funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into that. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, this was more of like a serious one, but I think it was good. And everyone thank Noah. Give him big kisses. And yeah, that was good.
Make sure to be on Noah's good side, because if there's ever a flood, he'll build you an ark.
Straight up. No
Yeah.
mosquitoes.
That was fire.